Hey guys, welcome back to According To. I'm Megan.
And I'm Ciera. For this week's episode, Megan is getting her payback on me and quizzing me on some pop culture trivia type of stuff.
I think so. Ciera is the self-proclaimed pop culture queen, or however. I don't know if you have anything else you prefer to call yourself.
We've talked about this before on the podcast, hence why I've quizzed Megan on some like pop culture trivia stuff, because I was like, you are really bad at this. And
so today is more so, let's see how good Ciera really is.
And I feel like I don't want to give myself too much credit in the sense of like I am the all-knowing being of like what's going on in People Magazine, Us Weekly. Like I'm not that deep in it, but I just feel like there have been so many times in my life where I've been talking with Megan, or I feel like it's like a lot of people like in my close family circle that I'm like talking about stuff that I feel like is trending, and they're like, what? And I'm like, you don't know about that? And so that's kind of what I'm getting at with, I feel like I'm in the know more than the people I'm surrounded by.
So for today's episode, I've kind of got things broken up. Pop culture includes like entertainment, celebrities, news, sports, politics, things like that. And, you know, it could be like what's current right now. But I feel like also pop culture is just like any, like more like well-known historical pop culture is also relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of got it broken down into, I'll have like a little celebrity segment. I've got this thing pulled up where I've got popular film franchises, because I feel like this is a big one too, especially where like we definitely are different.
Well, because trivia night stuff, we can give some examples, but like it also has become apparent at trivia nights that I'll say something Megan's like, what?
And so I have like match the character to the film franchise is
I think I can do that.
Goal with that. And then I have sports as well. So here's the thing. I would say current sports news and pop culture,
you're better at.
I'm better at. Historical, I don't think I'm necessarily bad at, but Ciera's taken a couple sports classes in college where I think you might have the upper hand. And then I also thought it would be fun. This is something we've actually like, it's like a fun thing we do sometimes together. And it's like naming different major sports
franchises.
Teams in different cities. So I have a thing pulled up that has like US cities, and then like it lists all of the major sports teams in that city. Okay. So maybe we'll end up with finishing off with that. So,
and this is supposed to be fun for you guys too, so hopefully like as I'm answering, you guys can kind of play along a little bit, and then if you get through the end of the episode, let us know kind of how you did with your pop culture knowledge as well.
First, we'd like to catch up with you guys. Also, thank you guys so much for helping us hit 1,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, thank you.
We finally got there on our YouTube channel, so that was something that we were working towards, and we're very excited.
And also, just like thank you for like viewing, because you know, as we've gotten started, it's nice to see that like this views and like the subscriber count is very much on track. Even like we get more views than subscribers.
Yeah.
Which obviously like it's an early channel, but that's usually not the case. So thank you guys for just being involved and watching the episodes.
We really appreciate it.
Or if you found us on YouTube, that's really cool too.
Also, anytime we're doing more interactive episodes or anything, we always are posting stuff on our Instagram, which is just at According To. So feel free to go follow us on there. You could go follow our personal Instagrams as well. They're listed in the episode description. But Ciera and I have been really upping our Instagram game. We are scheduling posts out even.
Once we figured out you could do that, because what would be hard for us with the podcast Instagram is, you know, having post ideas, but then saying, oh, like at this time on this day I need to get up and post it, whatever. And I don't know how long scheduling has been a thing, because Maggie, our cousin, didn't know you could do that on Instagram yet, and she's like a social media assistant, or not assistant anymore. She's a social media person for the Bengals, so I feel like she would be in the know for that, but she didn't know that, and so it must be kind of new.
But anyways, it's been really game changing, and it just helps us a lot with like being able to stay consistent, because then we can plan it and schedule it when we have time, and then it just works its magic. Like I go on Instagram and I'm like, oh, it posted. And it's just like, whoa, I'm like at work right now and I didn't even have to do anything.
Set update. We saw one comment of someone saying that the empty bottom shelf bothered them. So if that was you, we had this in our living room on the shelf. It's like this old vintage Coca-Cola mini vending machine, and it actually works perfectly right here. So hopefully,
that's for you.
Hopefully you enjoy that little set update. My weekly spotlight, though, to jump back, is the nice weather we had the past week. Ironically, as we're filming this, it's
snowing
like 30 and snowing.
Not sticking, but
we had such great weather. And I don't know what that says about global warming, but I'm disregarding that for now. It was so nice just to like have the sun out, and I didn't work as much last week, so I was able to like go on walks, like long walks in the middle of the day, and it was great.
My weekly spotlight is with the nice weather. Ciera and I decided to go to an Iowa Cubs baseball game, which we hadn't been in many years, like maybe 7 years.
And we are not baseball fans. Like, let's make that clear.
But it's like, we've decided that it's just like a nice thing to go do to make an evening of something during the weekday.
You know what we mean. Like, sometimes you just need like a reason to like to get together. And so that was that.
So we went and did that with our dad, actually, and it was
Someone
fun.
recognized us at the concession stand.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like an avid viewer, watcher, whatever anymore, but if you are, hello. But she's like, oh, like I recognize you, and she came to our state fair meetup that we had back in
she did
2016.
I didn't hear that part.
That was 2016, right?
Yes.
And so, yeah, I thought that was cool.
House updates for you guys, because there's just two things. One is, as it's been getting nicer, our lawn, we've kind of, Ciera and I have been like, oh, like, we need
People
to
who own
figure
houses
out
have to do lawn work.
lawn stuff. And what I mean by that is kind of like the whole
Jump into
schedule with
spring.
like fertilizing and all of that stuff.
To be totally honest, you're supposed to fertilize your yard multiple times a year, and we did not do that last summer.
But we've been trying to get set with that. Our dad said, I know we don't have to like have our dad's help. Ciera was looking stuff up on her own of like, this is what we could do. But then when she was kind of like running some stuff by our dad, he had made a comment that he's like, I would kind of prefer to be there, like just to like give us the best technique, quote unquote. And also, like, we used to have a garden in our yard. We took it out, so there was a huge dirt patch. And then last fall, before it got super cold, we were trying to get grass seed laid down so that hopefully grass would grow come spring.
Grass has not grown.
Did not grow. And so we need to like refigure that out. And like we need to like put stuff down to like prevent crabgrass, just like all sorts of stuff that I'm just like, ugh.
We're blessed though. We have a great house, great yard.
Yeah.
We just need to put in some work that we're not used to at this time.
The second thing is something that I was trying to tackle today. I'm in the middle.
This is a
of
Megan problem
tackling.
that I've been bothered by for a while.
So in my bathroom, my toilet has been like leaking where like the water level will like drop down. It doesn't like actually, like, it hasn't been leaking out of my toilet, but like the rubber seal stopper thing is not tight enough where like water will leak down, and it's like, oh, like the water's not as high as it's supposed to be,
And then like,
it'll,
you can hear it refilling
turn
throughout the house.
back on
And so
to,
I'm like, Megan,
fill back up.
Your toilet needs to stop
And
making
so
that
it's
noise.
been doing that intermittently since we moved in, basically. And there's been little small things that like I'll get it to like go a while without doing that, but I finally decided today, I guess, that like I was gonna figure out to fix how
Get
to
to
fix
the bottom of it.
And so I had looked up what I thought I needed to get at Menards. I thought I just needed to go get like a small rubber disc seal thing and replace that. And then I went to Menards. I was looking around, and some of the stuff that I'd been looking up had shown like replacing the whole, it's called a tower in your toilet.
She knows all these words now.
And so I kind of was like, you know, nothing else really looked like what it was supposed to for like the specific toilet that I had. And so I just decided to buy a whole new tower thing, and it came with the rubber thing. And I was like, okay, this will be good. I got that, and then I got another replacement thing. There's something called a gasket that like is another seal type thing. I bought a new one of those as well. And I come back, I'm ready to, you know, figure out how to do this. Come to find out, I need to take the whole tank off the freaking toilet. I was like, I didn't know I needed to do that. I was not ready to do that. So, and it's kind of a tight spot. I needed to like remove 3 different nuts to get it off, which was hard to do. And then when that was done, first I had to like shut the water off. You know, I'm not going in. This is not a tutorial. I honestly,
She's just sharing her
still
experience.
need to call my dad, because now that I've got everything put back together,
It's still
I can't get the
leaking.
water to stop leaking when I flush it. Like actually leaking out of the toilet now. Like it's actually coming out of the toilet, and it's not supposed to be doing that, obviously. And I swear I'm tightening everything as it's supposed to be. But anyways, take it all out. Meanwhile, there is like black, like water, like getting all over my hands. It got like splattered onto my sweatshirt a little bit, so I hope that washes out. And, you know, it's just not the cleanest thing ever. And so I've got my tools set up as best as I can. I'm like, here's the first annoying thing. When I was trying to remove the nuts, I was like, okay, we have a little like wrench thing. So I went and got that. I found the right size. Like I was testing out sizes to be like, okay, does this catch? And then I was going to put it on the actual like handle thing to like open it up or like unscrew it. I put it on. I go to like actually use it, and it's like too low, and it's like there's not enough depth. The nail is too long, so it can't reach the nut. So I can't even use that. So then I use like this other type of wrench to like I am like bent all backwards trying to see if I can figure out like how to get it started to loosen. And then once I finally got it loosened, I could use my like fingers to just get it the rest of the way. And then
this is our plumbing with Megan segment.
There's another thing on the underneath of the tank. In order to remove the tower out of the thing, because I'm replacing the whole tower, in order to take it out, I need to like remove something that screws on below the tank that like, you know, puts it so it stays on there. And in a video, because they have like this company at least gives like a video thing you can watch.
Was there like a QR code for you to scan?
No, it was just like a short link. And they say use a large adjustable wrench to get the hex nut or something off. I don't know what it was called. But I don't have a large, like when I say large, it like a large freaking wrench. And I was like, well, I don't have that. And I'm like a mess. There's like black stuff all over my hands. And I'm like, I'm not really in a position where I want to go buy a wrench. So I'm sitting and I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do. I'm trying to take like a towel and get it unscrewed like myself. And it's on there tight. And so then I called my dad. He didn't answer. And then I was like, I sat for like 3 more minutes and I was like, I'm going to just keep trying with the towel. Eventually, I got it and I took it off. Well, at first, I was trying to be like, technically, all of these are replacement parts. Like, I don't need any of this stuff on here. Maybe I could just like break it off. I went down and grabbed a hammer and something else. That didn't do anything. Okay. But I tried to like start unscrewing the opposite one on the inside of the tank, the tower, instead of unscrewing the outside one. Okay. And that ended up just like breaking the plastic. Oh. And I didn't get anywhere until I like actually figured out how to like unscrew the outside part. Got stuff put back together, put it back on my toilet, was screwing everything back up, and now it's leaking. And trying to figure out why, because that wasn't happening before. But yeah.
Okay. Any last minute book updates that you want to share before we get into the episode?
I most recently finished the second book in the Dreamland Billionaires series, which is Terms and Conditions. And I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it more, I think, than the first book even, which Goodreads, I think it also had a higher rating. And then before that, I read A Flicker in the Dark, and that one I gave 4 stars.
That one, good thriller. Like, if you're looking for a good thriller.
And right now I'm reading The Housemaid. I'm hoping to get a good chunk of it finished today.
So I just finished reading Red Metal, and that one was like a military fiction book. It's like a fictional World War III type of deal, but it's honestly like the author like wrote like Russia invading into Europe and stuff, which was like a little, you know, timely, but it's like the book was written before all this happened. It was okay. I think like if you are into military fiction, like it would be a good book. But that was my first time reading a book like that, and I don't know that I'll be going back. Like it was good for what it was, but like it's not for me. Is all I will say. And it was just like long and like a lot of technical military lingo and stuff, so that made it a little bit harder to read as well. But if you yourself would be interested in that kind of book, then you'd probably like it. And then now I'm reading what is it? Mine Would Be You, because Megan told me I should read it. So that's on Kindle Unlimited.
See, we had this fun idea. We're going to do it eventually, but Ciera was going to start recording it yesterday. We had this fun idea. We're on our YouTube channel. We're going to eventually do a
ChatGPT like recommends books to me.
Yeah. And so like we'll put in little prompts of like, you know, we want it to be similar to this book or what have you.
So I think that's the beauty of like ChatGPT, since it's AI, like you can really get more specific than you could with a Google search, because I've tried to Google like books like this, blah, 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 but like never really been that successful. And so one of the books that I have now actually is a book that I got because ChatGPT recommended it to me, and like I did that before I even got the idea for the video, but I thought it'd be a cool video idea. But I wanted to read a book on Kindle Unlimited, so I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool with like that kind of restriction to see if it can recommend a book for me on Kindle Unlimited. It cannot do that. It says, I tried like 20 different prompts, and I would say, find a book for me on Kindle Unlimited, blah, 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 blah. And it'd say, here's this book for you. It's on Kindle Unlimited.
You can read it for free.
Read it for free if you have an account. None of the books it recommended to me were on Kindle Unlimited. They would be on Kindle, but never Kindle Unlimited, which is not what I'm looking for because I don't want to pay for it. So I was just frustrated by why ChatGPT was not working in that way. So anyway, that's why I was like, I don't want to buy a book right now. Like, that's why we put the video off a little bit further.
Yeah. Okay. We'll start with the celebrity category, and then we will go from there. So this is from BuzzFeed. There's 88 pop culture trivia questions. I don't know if we'll do all of them, but most of these I think are like celebrity focused.
This could really humble me.
So the first one is, what singer holds the record for most Grammy nominations?
Nominations? I just would say Beyonce. That's like my
You're right.
initial guess.
Beyonce has 88 nominations.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. And she just won.
Do you think that includes Destiny?
Yeah, it
Destiny's
said
Child?
some of them. It says 9 that she was nominated as a member of Destiny's Child.
Still, that's crazy.
And she has the record. I don't remember what exactly, like how many she's won. 36 maybe. But she won like
She's
the
also
record
won the
this
most.
year.
Okay.
What do the following... Okay, this is saying what do the following makeup brands have in common, but like they're all owned by celebrities. So I want you to name the celebrity that owns them.
Okay.
Fenty Beauty.
Is it Rihanna?
House Labs.
Is it Haus? Lady Gaga?
See, I would have known that. Rare.
Selena?
And Rem.
Ariana.
Okay. Who is the most recent person to achieve EGOT status?
Ooh. I don't know if I know this. John Legend?
No. Viola Davis. When she won her Grammy this year.
I don't think I knew that. What'd she win a Grammy for?
I think she did an audio
It's like a
narration.
spoken word. Isn't that funny that there's Grammys for that? They should.
Okay.
Are there audiobook awards? Like,
I feel like the Grammys would be like, the big, like you'd get a Grammy. I don't know if they actually have I don't know what the Grammys offer for awards, but I don't know if you'll know this one. I know that. What Oscar winner was shockingly eliminated from American Idol before her big acting breakthrough?
And she's won an Oscar.
Yeah.
After that. Is it someone I've heard of?
Yes, I think. But I don't know if you're gonna.
I don't know if I know
Jennifer Hudson.
I didn't know that. I didn't know she had an Oscar.
She was on American Idol in 2004 and cast in Dreamgirls in 2005. Okay. What prolific American fashion designer had frequent, well-known collaborations with Cher?
Oh, God.
How well do you know your fashion designers?
Not very well, let alone which ones are American or not. I don't know if I could confidently name
A single.
an American designer. Have I heard of it?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the answer is no.
Okay, who is it?
Bob Mackie.
I've heard of the name, but I would never in a million years be able to pull that out of my head. I couldn't even tell you who's a designer.
Okay, what morning TV show recently had a scandal because 2 of its anchors were having an extramarital
Today
affair?
Show, right? Or was it Good Morning America?
It was Good Morning
Dang
America.
it. I am familiar with the scandal, but I cannot keep those two straight.
Who is the longest serving host of The View?
Whoopi Goldberg?
No. Joy Behar.
I've never heard of that woman in my life.
She was on the panel from 1997 to 2013 and rejoined in 2015.
Took 2014 off.
Who holds the record for winning the most Oscars? This is interesting. I didn't know this. Not surprising, I guess, but...
Not surprising, but not your first thought. Is it a director? Or is it an actor or actress?
Think more
Or it could be a musician.
industry.
Is it a musician?
No.
Industry. What do you mean?
like, I don't know what his technical role is, but like in movie and cinema, this is a very prominent.
Is it Hans Zimmer?
No, it's
Oh.
not a
I was like,
musician.
well, that's where I like doubt you. I'm like, I said musician, so if it's him,
No.
then you don't know their role though, but they were very famous.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I'm like, I don't know how many more hints to give you before it just like gives it away.
I don't know.
Walt Disney.
Oh,
He won
interesting.
22 Oscars.
Him
So
personally.
I don't know his, I don't know his technical role, if he's like a
Probably like a
producer,
producer.
creator, whatever, but okay. What's the longest movie ever made?
I mean, I'm probably not gonna know this.
It's a Bangladeshi film released in 2019.
There's no way I'm gonna know it. Have you heard of it?
No.
Then I don't know. I was gonna say like The Irishman or something. I know that's not it, but
In English, it's called The Innocents. Otherwise,
how long is Passion? Isn't that a freaking long movie?
you know how long this movie is?
5 hours.
21 hours and
There's
5
like
minutes.
you can't even call that a movie.
How many people watched the Game of Thrones series finale?
Oh God, you're asking me to like estimate a number, and that's not something I'm good at. So, like, watched it like when it premiered. 10 million.
19.3 million.
Dang.
What animal did Britney Spears famously carry on her shoulders during a performance?
Famously carry on her shoulders. A snake.
Yeah.
I'm like, what other animal can you carry on your shoulders?
Who was the original drummer of the Beatles and was replaced by Ringo Starr before the band made it big?
I'm not gonna know that.
Can you name all the members of the Beatles?
John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
Oh.
Could you not?
I don't know. I would.
See, this is like what I mean, you guys. This is what I mean.
Who is the most followed person on Instagram?
Isn't it Selena Gomez now?
No.
Oh, she's the most followed female, right?
Maybe, I think.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who is the youngest Emmy winner of all time? You're not gonna know.
I'm not
this.
gonna know, like a little kid.
Roxana Zal, who won an Emmy at 14.
I would have pictured younger, honestly. There's been young people that have won Oscars.
What is the most watched YouTube video of all time?
I should know this, I feel like. Most watched. Have I seen it? It's like a T-Series video.
No.
Do you remember that? T-Series versus
Yeah.
PewDiePie?
It's like you've maybe seen it, but I also don't technically know if you've seen like this specific video. It's in the children's realm.
It's not Baby Shark, is it?
It is.
I've seen Baby Shark.
Dance. 11 billion views.
I would picture more.
Part of me, I was like, just 11 billion, but like,
I guess like billion.
Billion, you know.
You just know that like the parents like turn that on just like for a repeat. That's how it got those views. That's kind of surprising though, because it's not that old.
Yeah. How much money? I mean, yeah, I don't know how you'd know this.
There's
How much
no
money
way.
has the MCU grossed overall?
100 billion.
25 billion.
Okay.
How many films, at least according to this article, are in the MCU?
I'll estimate, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. 14,
More.
20,
More.
30.
Yeah.
Really? That's obviously more than I thought, but to be totally transparent, like I feel like I know more about Marvel than I should, given the fact that I've only probably seen like 2 Marvel movies.
What actor has played a superhero in the most movies? Like basically who has played their role the most?
Like in the MCU?
Yeah.
Who has like been that character the most? I would say my gut instinct is to go with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Yeah. Do you know how many movies?
I'm like, this is like literally just me estimating. I think there's like 3 or 4 Iron Mans. And then how many like Avengers movies? Like 4, I don't know, 8?
10. How many, like, who are the Avengers? This is my own question.
Iron Man, Spider-Man. There's like the Guardians of the Galaxy people. Captain America.
Is anyone in the MCU an Avenger? Or like...
I think so. Black Widow, Captain Marvel, the Hulk. Did I say that already?
Oh my god, there's a lot. But like there's only like so many like big ones. But still. So there's like 40 something.
Ant-Man,
Yeah.
the Wasp.
I'm not on the thing anymore.
You're like, I'm leaving. Black Panther.
Okay, what are the names of Kourtney Kim and Khloe Kardashian's children?
Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. So Kourtney just has her kid with Tristan, and their name is... Sometimes I'm confused. Dream is
Actually,
Rob's.
there's a second child whose name she hasn't revealed. Did you know that?
Oh, she already had that baby? When did she have that baby?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't know the second one's name, obviously. She didn't reveal it. I always confuse... Dream, I know, is Rob's kid. True is her kid. Okay. Because, like, their names are Dream, True, same vibes. And that's all we know for her. Kourtney has Rain, Penelope, and another one whose name I can never remember.
It's very normal.
Bob. It's a boy, right?
Yes.
What does it start with?
M.
Michael. Mason. Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Kim has North, Chicago, Psalm, and Saint.
Yeah.
And then I can go further. I can do Kylie's kids too. Air, or is it Airy? I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's her son's name that she revealed. Previously Wolf, and then people like clowned on her too much and she changed it. And then her oldest kid is escaping me right now, but I swear I know it.
Why can't I remember what it is either right now? Shoot, ask me any other time.
Right?
And I would have been like, oh, this is her kid's name.
Kylie's kid. Kylie and A$AP Rocky's. Not A$AP Rocky, that's Rihanna's. That's Rihanna's boyfriend.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott. Shoot. Stormy is Kylie's kid's name. And that's all of them.
Okay. I'm skipping through some of these to pick ones that I think are good.
How do you think you would have done with like the Kylie, I guess, Jenner, Kardashian kids?
I think
names?
I would have gotten them all. Like Courtney's maybe would have been a little tricky, but I do think I think I would have gotten them. I'm skipping through. How many Twilight books and movies are there? There's different numbers for them.
What? Oh, like, because there's part 1 and part 2 for some of the movies. Let's see if I can just, like, name some of them. I know there's Twilight, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Dawn. So there are just 4 books. And then I know Twilight was just 1 movie. Breaking Dawn I know has 2 parts. New Moon might have 2 parts. So if I do 1, 2, 6 movies?
5.
Dang it. Is it just Breaking Dawn that has part 1 and part 2?
I think so, but it doesn't say on here. Which Kardashian sister owns a denim brand called Good American?
Khloe. I just watched a Clever Style video, and they did a Skims versus Good American like swim review, and apparently Good American sucked compared to Skims.
When is Mean Girls Day?
Oh, it's the quote from when she's like, what day is it? Like,
Yeah, and what day is it?
Is it April?
No.
No, dang. Shoot. July, June. October 23rd. October
3rd.
Dang it!
Who is the highest paid actor in 2022 according to Forbes?
Isn't The Rock like the highest paid? Which I'm like, how?
Yep, 270 million.
Like, what movie was he in? Black Adam? Did you know that?
Yeah, I maybe wouldn't have said it myself. I don't know. On The Mandalorian, what is Baby Yoda's real name? Did you know Baby Yoda had a real name?
I did know that, but I know I've seen it and heard of it, but I don't know it.
Grogu.
I was gonna say Groot, but I know that's not. That's the MCU guy. It's technically not even Yoda, right? You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I'm kind of like, I'm seeing if there's anything else on here. Okay. Who are the songs? This is interesting. I feel like you'll get 2 out of these, right?
Okay.
Who are the songs Bad Blood, All Too Well, and Back to December rumored to be about?
Okay. Bad Blood is supposed to be Taylor's revenge song for, I feel like I'm going to say like the completely wrong person. It's not Katy Perry, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
How'd you know that?
Because,
What
Megan,
happened?
this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Okay. All Too Well is supposed to be about Jake Gyllenhaal. What was the last one?
Back to December.
The only other guy that I know she's written a song about is John Mayer. So,
That's Dear John.
I know, but she could have more than one song.
I feel like you would have.
Oh, is it Joe Alwyn? Is it like a love
No.
song? Oh.
Back to December. I feel like you should know this one. Just
Harry
because I hear like
Styles.
plenty of people. It's Taylor Lautner.
Oh.
Because people are like, you got Back to December. Like, I think it's supposed to be like a loving song, in theory. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really know what Back to December sounds like. off the top
I've
of my
never.
head.
No, I haven't either.
Um,
So I got 2 out of 3, just not the 2 out of 3 that you thought.
yes. How many husbands did Liz Taylor have?
7 or 8.
7.
Did you know that? See, this is pop culture moment for you. First of all, do you know who Debbie Reynolds is?
Yes.
Okay. She and Elizabeth Taylor were friends, but then Debbie Reynolds' husband left her for Elizabeth Taylor.
Mm.
Not friends.
I think let's go to the movie characters. Here's the different different cult following film franchises I have pulled up.
Okay.
You definitely could include like Marvel and stuff in this, but like I did not because that's usually not what we're talking about.
And like I need you guys to know that like I'm not coming at this from a fan perspective. I'm coming at this as someone who doesn't know this, like doesn't watch this stuff. And then I need Megan to like also like chime in when you like are like I wouldn't have known that because they need to know.
To be honest, when I was first searching stuff, The Hobbit, that's a separate movie from Lord of the
Yes.
Rings.
It's a separate book too.
I was kind of like, but I think it has
It's
some
Lord
of
of
the
the
same
Rings
characters.
0
I think it has some of the same characters.
because it's Lord of the Rings 0. Also, hold on, time out. This is me coming for you on a crossword I did, like the New York Times Mini yesterday or the day before. It was like, you know, from Harry Potter's blank Dumbledore. Do you know his first name?
No.
It's Albus. And so I'm like,
Wouldn't know.
I was doing that and I was like, Megan wouldn't have known that.
Okay, so I have stuff pulled up for The Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter, although like
You're
to
gonna,
be
like,
fair,
hum-
Harry Potter I probably think I would like do
I
fine
feel like
on.
I'm going to get pretty humbled with some of this stuff because like I know just enough to like kind of make
I'm
odds
not,
and ends of it, but
so I'm gonna say
We'll
a
see.
character. You say who it's from.
oh, I think I
Or
can
what
do
it's
that.
from. Bilbo.
That's from Lord of the Rings. Bilbo Baggins. Played
Boba
by
Fett.
Boba Fett is Star Wars.
I've never heard of that character.
Really?
Hold on.
Elijah Wood is in Star Wars and he is from Iowa.
Sirius Black.
Harry Potter.
I basically
See, it blows
if
my
I'm
mind that
saying
she
it-
like doesn't know this.
Whenever you Sirius Black, I was like, let me go to like an obscure character, so maybe it won't be so easy. Sheev Palpatine.
Star
Have you-
Wars.
Have you've heard of these characters?
Like the Palpatine? Yeah, I've heard of Palpatine. Not the first name. This is an example of trivia related to the MCU specifically. I don't remember. Do you remember the question? Like with when I answered like Guardians of the Galaxy, or was I listing a couple movies? I don't remember if it was like a 1-point question.
Oh, it was a 4-point question, but it was like a phase of the MCU.
Oh yeah, it was like different.
and I
phases.
was like, there's
I-
phases to the MCU.
I didn't know there was phases. It must have given some sort of like year, like time frame because I wouldn't have known just like the phases. And so I like got not all of them, but I think I got a couple of them just from sheer like guessing on the vibes of like what movies I kind of knew of. But that's an example of like something I was able to help out with even not having seen MCU stuff, and Megan was like, I have no idea.
I was like, count me out for this question.
So.
Elrond?
Elrond or Elrod?
Elrond.
Elrond. That's giving Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Frodo.
That's Lord of the Rings.
Mace Windu.
I actually don't know, so I'll say Star Wars.
Yeah. Hedwig.
That's Harry Potter.
Do you know what it is?
An owl. See?
Sabine Wren.
Star Wars.
Some of these are kind of just like now at this
The
point
names
giving
kind
off
of.
like
I didn't know that
vibes.
character. I just was guessing based off the name.
Pippin.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That was a guess.
I feel like I'm done now. But to be fair, you still blow my mind when
Megan's like, clap, clap.
yeah.
The owl. See, I know Hedwig's an owl. I don't know how I know that, but like I just do.
Okay. So,
Did you know Elijah Wood is in Lord of the Rings and he's from Iowa?
I don't know who Elijah Wood is.
I don't either. But I just know that. He's the guy. Do you remember when I showed you that TikTok of the guy in the interview? And the interviewer was like, will you wear wigs? Would you wear wigs? And that guy's like, he like breaks out into like this crazy laugh. That crazy laugh guy is Elijah Wood.
We're moving on to sports modern history. So I have questions here, but then I actually came up with my own questions that are more like recent sports stuff. So I
Okay.
think I'm going to start with that.
This is where, I don't know.
And we'll go back to like the history ones. So, to be honest, like I don't know if I would have gotten this right or not because it's like I was kind of paying attention, but not really. Who won the Masters this year?
He's friends with a football player because I saw their group chat text on Twitter. I don't know. Zach?
John Rahm or Ram, R-A-H-M.
I mean, I saw like,
You
I
a
visually
picture
saw
of him.
him winning. Like he won. I saw his
Okay,
name.
this one you should get, I'm guessing. Who won the Women's Gymnastics National Championship?
Individual or
Team.
team? Oklahoma. I
And
can
then-
name all of them.
And then all around.
Miley O'Keefe.
Okay. Now we'll go to history. I guess those were the only two
I
recent
know.
ones I thought of.
Jordan
Or no,
Childs.
actually, I had one more.
Jordan Childs won bars and floor, I think. Beam. Who's Beam? That might have been. No, I don't remember.
Okay. Next question is going to be, can you name both teams that played in the last 4 Super Bowls and the winners? I for sure can do 3 of them, but 2021 escapes me.
Gosh.
But
So most recently, this year, it was Chiefs versus, now I'm like looking, Eagles. And then Chiefs won. Last year it was Bengals versus Chiefs. Chiefs won.
wait, last year was what?
Or no, that doesn't make any sense because they're not even, it was Bengals versus the Rams. Rams won. I was like, I didn't think the Chiefs won 2 years in a row. And then before that was 49ers versus Chiefs.
That was 2020.
Dang.
So you also, but who won that
Chiefs
one?
won that one. It's never who we're rooting for, basically, is what we're getting at. What was what's the last year that I'm?
2021.
Oh, God. Chiefs were out that year.
They were in this year.
They were in that year. Who did the Chiefs play?
Okay. I feel like, I mean, obviously I forgot this one too, but it's, okay.
You can just tell me.
Tom Brady. He came back.
Oh, yeah, the
and
Buccaneers. And
the
then
Bucs won.
the Bucs won. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I should have known that because someone from our high school, not that we like went to school with, it was in a couple grades above us, but he played at our high school and then played at Iowa, and then he went to the Bucs and he won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're going to jump back to sports history, and then we'll finish off with the major cities and sports teams. I like sports the most, so that's what because I'm like better at sports, I feel like I can be a little more involved instead of just being like, how do you know that? Question 1. You should know this. One of the greatest hockey players of all time.
Wayne Gretzky.
Played for what team in the 1980s?
1980s. Was this still in Canada or was this in U.S.?
Canada.
I think he played for the Maple Leafs. Canadians?
Not in the 80s, at least. Nope.
No, I'm just like saying Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah. Pretty good, though. She knows all those teams, right?
Megan's like, right?
Whenever on TikTok, some boyfriends will, like, quiz their girlfriends on, like, sports logos and, like, you know, everyone has their own thing, but I'm just like, sometimes, like, that's probably your reaction to me.
You know what's more annoying, though? Like, you can, like, watch that and be like, wow, she doesn't know this. But what's more annoying is the girls that will come and be like, I see so many girls in here, like, not knowing. So, like, I'm going to do it myself. Cincinnati Bengals, Kansas City Chiefs. Like,
it's okay. Like, well, that's your thing.
Like, we get it. Like, it's fine to, like, not know that stuff if you're not into that stuff. If you watch football, then, like, yeah, you're going to know football teams.
Question 2. And this one I feel like you could answer at least, like, maybe as a percentage. Because otherwise, I don't know if you're going to do well. Muhammad Ali retired from boxing in 1981. What was his career record?
Like, do the percentage?
Yeah, I'm going to let you.
He won 95% of them.
91.6%. 55 wins, 5 losses. In what year were the first Wimbledon tennis championships held in England?
I had, like, a tennis unit in my class, but I don't know if that's going to help me out. What year? I'm feeling like 1920s, like 1922. No?
Earlier.
1850s.
Later.
1880s.
1877. I was like double checking. Okay. The first World Cup for soccer was held in which country in 1930?
Brazil.
Uruguay.
I was like, it's either like soccer is like so big in South America and then just like Europe. So I was like, pick one from one of the places.
You picked the right continent at least.
I did. So that's a win.
The Olympic Games were not held during which 3 years for what reason?
It was like all because of, well, pandemic or war. So 2020, is it counting that? Because it like got technically pushed away. Okay, so not that. I have to go through my years because I know it started 1896. They had it 1900, 1904, 1908, 1912, or 1916. When did the war start? Is it just Summer Olympics? Okay. I'm going to say 1916 they didn't have it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like skipping ahead. I know they had 1936 Olympics. They didn't have it 1940 or 44.
Because
of World War II.
And
then before that, this is like what's crazy. This was like my sports class. 1936 was in Berlin, Germany. Like Hitler was there. And like it's just crazy that was like the last Olympics before they had to cancel it because of the war. And Jesse Owens was there, right? He's the runner. Like the African American runner that was like, it was like playing into like this idea of like Hitler has this idea of like what the perfect human is. And like Jesse Owens was like, nah, like I'm going to win. And it went against Hitler's ideology.
Pelé, the Brazilian soccer king, joined which North American soccer league team in 1975?
North American. I can't say I'm super familiar with North American soccer teams. Is it in the U.S.?
Yes.
Oh, God.
It's New York. Do you know the team in New York?
No.
The New York Cosmos. You're not going to know this because...
You know Iowa's
maybe you will know this.
Low-level pro team for soccer? You do know it, but like I don't know if now that I'm asking you.
No, not off that.
Iowa Menace.
Babe Ruth began his baseball career for the Boston Red Sox in what year, playing which position?
This is like one of those moments for me where, you know how you see like, you hear
Babe
like
Ruth
people being alive in the same period of time and you're like, oh, they were alive like at the same time? Like you don't know like really when they were here. And I don't know when Babe Ruth was here.
Older than I thought is what I'd say.
So what year did he join is what they're asking.
Yes.
Was it like 1930s?
Earlier.
1910s?
Yeah, around there.
Okay. I mean, I knew he was old.
1914.
Not that old, obviously, but... I mean, I guess 1800s first. So I was just... You made a comment of how old he was. I was like, should I go older than I think? what time period did you think he was in?
I felt like I was going to guess like 30s.
Okay.
Once you get past a certain point, it all kind of, it's just older. And then his position.
Oh, God. I don't even, know baseball positions. We'll say
You know this position.
Pitcher?
Yeah, why did I not think he was a pitcher?
I had no thoughts, honestly.
Okay. In 1968, the Winter Olympics were held in
Winter Olympics? They were the same year.
Which French city?
Versailles.
Ooh, Grenoble.
Never heard of that. I was like, Mexico City, because that's where the Summer Olympics were, but whatever.
U.S. figure skater Tanya Harding won the National Figure Skating Championship in 1994, but was stripped of her title for attacking who?
This is what I, Tanya is about. That movie.
And who?
I don't know the girl's name.
Nancy Kerrigan. What 3 nations were the original members of the Imperial Cricket Council, now known as the International Cricket Council? Let me guess along with you.
So cricket is a sport.
I would say India for sure.
I learned about cricket in my class, so I feel like I should know.
Who else?
I feel like there could be some African countries in there.
Don't listen to what I said.
I didn't think India was gonna be one. Do you know what cricket is? It's kind of like baseball.
What's the big sport in India?
I don't know what you're talking about. Is it other African countries, or am I making it up?
There's one African country.
Ooh. I'm blanking on all the African countries that are there. Kenya.
No. South Africa.
Okay. And
then
then
the biggest sport in India is cricket.
Oh,
So why aren't they involved?
And then are the other two European?
One is
I don't know. At first I'm just
England,
I'm just
Australia, and South Africa. Last one we'll do here. Which golfer completed the only single season Grand Slam by winning the U.S. Open, the British Open, the U.S. Amateur Championship, and the British Amateur Championship in 1930?
I was about to say Tiger Woods before you got to the year. I mean, if we're being totally honest, do you think I know a golfer that existed in the 1930s?
No.
I don't.
Bobby Jones was his name. And to finish us off here, if you've never done this little naming thing with cities, you should try it. It's fun. So
it's always it's a little bit harder than you think. We've literally been playing this game before. We'll name a state, and we're there's no professional team there.
And then you're
oh, the most obvious one.
Let's start with Boston. So
everything.
All of them.
Red Sox. Patriots, are they considered there?
Yeah.
Do they have another baseball team?
Nope.
Okay. They have a hockey team, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Bruins.
Yep. And last team.
Is it basketball?
Yes.
Boston Celtics.
Yep. Okay.
Woo!
Chicago.
Okay. Chicago Cubs and White Sox. Chicago Bears. Chicago Blackhawks. And Chicago Bulls.
Yep. Dallas Fort Worth.
Is that because it's a general area?
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Cowboys. I'm guessing there's no hockey team there.
There is.
Really? Have I heard of it?
I don't know. I've hardly heard of these teams.
Okay.
And then
baseball, is it a Texas Rangers there?
Yep.
I don't know the hockey team in Texas.
Dallas Stars.
Never would have gotten that.
Denver
Rockies.
That's
or
not
Colorado Rockies. I was what are they called? Denver Broncos. And then Nuggets. They have a hockey team.
Yeah.
One thing you will know about me, guys, is I don't know my hockey teams very well, so I don't know them.
Avalanche.
Okay.
Detroit
Lions. Detroit. I don't know if they have a hockey team.
I think all of these are all cities that have all four.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna know like any of the other hockey teams. Baseball. Who is Detroit?
I think I've never heard of this baseball team in my life.
Really? What's the other team? Basketball. Detroit. Who's their basketball team?
Luka Garza was first drafted to them.
Oh yeah. Who was he drafted to?
Pistons.
I was gonna say.
I could tell you were gonna say it.
I was getting there. I don't know the other
Detroit
two.
Tigers. You ever heard of them for baseball?
I don't know.
That's who it is.
Tigers is too generic where I could be like, yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay. Los Angeles.
They have Los Angeles Rams, Los Angeles Chargers, Los Angeles Angels for baseball, and Los Angeles.
Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers. That's where everyone gets their baseball hats. They always have the Dodgers on it. Basketball is the two teams, Lakers and the Clippers.
Yeah. And then they have
Hockey. Wait, I know Wayne Gretzky, I think, played on their hockey team at one point, but I don't know if I remember the name of it.
Anaheim Ducks and Los Angeles Kings.
Yeah, Kings is what I was thinking of. Miami Dolphins. I'm not going to know their baseball team or their hockey team. Well, no, I don't think I do.
Basketball.
Heat.
Okay, baseball's Miami Marlins.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Minnesota.
Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota Timberwolves, Minnesota Twins, and do I know their hockey team?
Minnesota Wild. New York
Is our
City.
Iowa Wild a step down if they're Wild?
I don't know. Maybe.
New York City is confusing
Would make sense.
because they have like teams that aren't really in New York, but like they're New York.
Well, this is New York City.
Giants and Jets. Is that counted there? Yankees.
And?
Mets. Hockey is, I just saw it.
Technically, it has a New Jersey one, too.
For what? Which sport?
For hockey.
I don't know.
They have 3 hockey teams listed here.
I just saw someone I follow, like, they went to a New York hockey game, and you'd think I'd remember who it was, but I don't.
New York Rangers, New York Islanders, and New Jersey Devils.
Okay. What's
Basketball.
the other?
2 teams.
Basketball. I cannot think of any basketball.
Do you know
teams
what
right now.
team Kevin Durant was just traded from?
No.
He's on the Suns now, but he was on
Thank you for that. I still don't know.
Brooklyn Nets,
Oh, yeah.
New York Knicks.
Yeah. Okay.
Philadelphia.
Eagles. Philadelphia. Baseball. Hockey. Basketball. It's escaping me right now.
Phillies.
Oh, yeah.
76ers. Flyers.
See, all those, like, I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually just had a crossword thing that talked about the Sixers.
Okay, we have 3 more cities. We'll see if we finish them all up. We have Phoenix next.
Phoenix Suns. Phoenix. I mean, there's Arizona
They're
Cardinals.
Yeah, they're not Phoenix.
What? Like the rest aren't Phoenix?
Mhm.
Okay. Are they just like Arizona? I'm not gonna know their hockey team.
Arizona Coyotes.
And then baseball. I feel like I don't know what their baseball team is.
Diamondbacks. San Francisco.
49ers.
They have 2 baseball teams.
Golden State Warriors. I really don't recall the baseball teams over there. Or I don't know the hockey team over there.
San Jose Sharks. And then baseball, they have Oakland Athletics and San Francisco Giants.
Okay.
Last city, Washington, D.C.
Commanders. We've got... Who is baseball over there? I don't know.
Nationals.
Makes sense. I don't know their hockey team.
Washington Capitals.
They love the DC vibes.
And then Washington Wizards for basketball. Okay. And that's all of them with, all teams. So that concludes this episode. I think you proved yourself.
It's like the title that I want is like knower of more things than I should know about. That's what I'm trying.
Things that you have no business knowing.
Yeah. Like I'm not trying to say like, I'm saying it's incredible that I do know this stuff without having immersed myself in the culture of this stuff,
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you're watching. Subscribe to our channel down below. And also feel free to rate the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
Wherever you can rate it. And without further ado, I don't know, I'm like, we're ending the episode. We're not doing anything. We will talk to you guys next Thursday. Bye.